Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at some of the pieces from the new Kiko Milano Festival Glow collection. It's been a while since I've done a Kiko Milano video. The last few collections that they have launched, I don't know, I just have not really been excited about them. I haven't really seen anything in those collections that really inspired me, and I just didn't really see anything I just really wanted to pick up. But then I saw this one teased, and oh my god, I thought it was so pretty. I just thought this packaging was so pretty. The blues and the purples. I'm a sucker for really pretty packaging, and I thought this was beautiful. I picked up one of the quads. There were 3 eyeshadow quads. I think there may have been a full eyeshadow palette, but I cannot remember exactly. But I know they had the quads in 3 different color stories. There were 3 powder blushes, 3 powder highlighters, I believe. There was also the liquid highlighters. I grabbed one of those. I didn't grab any of the powder highlighters this time. And then I also grabbed one of the lipsticks. And we're just going to kind of go through each individual piece as we put this look together. First of all, the eyeshadow quad. I'm going to drop in some close-ups so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. I just think this is so beautiful. The blue with kind of the yellow gold embossing on the cover. I just think that is just absolutely stunning. And then the color story. This is called the Green Country. This is number 2. Like I said, I believe there were 3 different color stories. There are 2 mattes and then there are 2 shimmers. One is kind of a duochrome, and it has a shift from like blue to green. It is so freaking gorgeous. And then you have kind of a champagne gold shimmer. The way that the shades are put together reminds me a lot of the Dolce Diva collection, which came out last year. This is what the Dolce Diva quad looks like. You have the 2 mattes, a deeper one, a lighter one, the little duochrome. This one is a shift like green to pink, and then a lighter, and then you have like a lighter kind of inner corner highlight here. The same setup with this. This one came out last summer, so this is kind of like their this year's summer collection, as it were, or one of the summer collections I'll be launching. This one is one of my absolute favorite quads in my entire collection, and I'm hoping that I'll have the same experience with this one. First things first, let's go ahead and prime our eyelids, and I'm just going to use my Party Proof from ColourPop in Caramel. And we'll throw on some blush and highlighter. The blush that we're going to be using today is the Festival Glow 3D blush. And the reason why it's called 3D, and you'll see this in the close-up, is this really beautiful raised embossing. It's not just embossed in the blush, it's actually lifted from the middle. The embossings that Kiko Milano puts into the products is one of the things that I just absolutely love about their aesthetic. I think it's just so beautiful, the details that they put into it. And this blush is absolutely gorgeous. It's got kind of a pinky bronze tone to it. The shade that I picked up is number 1 Rosy Sand. Once again, I believe there were 3 shades, and this one looks like it's going to have like a really pretty kind of a glowy undertone to it. It's like a little bit on my powder brush. We're just going to start layering this. I'm hoping that I'm going to get some actual pigment from this. One of the reasons why I have not been picking up anything from Kiko Milano is their last few collections. It's like they're not very inclusive when it comes to the actual shade range. Like the shades are meant to work for somebody with a lighter skin tone, but not really work on somebody with a deeper skin tone. Okay, that is definitely showing up, but that is more like a highlighter. Ooh, that is like super, super intense glow. Yeah, on me, this is going to work better as like a kind of a bronzy pink highlighter more so than as a blush. But that is pretty. If you're someone that likes that really glowy, intense, wet cheeked kind of powdered blush, I think you're going to really, really like this. It is pretty. It's a little bit too much glow for me personally. We're going to be highlighting with one of their cushion highlighters. This is the Festival Glow Golden Star Cushion Highlighter. I picked up one from the Dolce Diva collection last year, and I absolutely love it. This one just says shade number 2. It doesn't actually have a shade name. I know all the shade names are on the website, but sometimes the shade name is not on the actual product itself. This one looks like I picked up a kind of a pinky rose. So what you have with this component is a cushion top, and what you have to do is twist it to open it, and then you give it a squeeze, and you'll start to see the product come out on top. And then you can either do it straight from the tube or just kind of get a little bit on your finger. I'm going to do it straight from the tube, and I'm just going to do a couple of little pats and then start blending it out. Now I already have a lot of glow going on from this blush. It's not like I need more, but I do want to test it out. And Isn't that interesting? I am getting way more glow from the blush than I am from the highlighter. This highlighter is not giving me like really any glow at all. This is the blush. This is where I laid down the highlighter, and I am not seeing anything. It's like it just blended right into my skin. It set down really, really quickly, but there's just like nothing there. Wow, that is interesting. The one from the Dolce Diva collection, that one looks really beautiful and glowy and wet looking on the skin. I'm not getting that from this one. That's interesting. All right, now let's throw on a quick little eye look. This is not going to take very long. There were only 4 shades in this palette, and then we'll move on to the lipstick. The lipstick, it's absolutely beautiful. You'll see in just a minute. But I'm going to take the lightest shade. There are no shade names in the palette. And I'm just going to lay this one kind of all over the lid as my setting shade. This one is not fully matte. This is more like a satin matte. I did notice that when I was doing my swatches. I'm going to take the same brush and we're going to go into this one. It's kind of an olivey brown shade here. I'm going to focus that on the outer corner. Alright, that's pretty. It's nicely pigmented. I really do enjoy these little quads from Kiko Milano. The formula is really pretty. They're usually pretty pigmented, at least the ones that I have tried. And they're really good for like just quick little looks. You can just kind of toss them in your purse if you want to just throw something together. You don't really have to think too much about how you're going to put the look together or how to, combine the shades. There are only, 4 shades, so not much thought to go into it. I'm going to take this little duo shade here on this little flat brush from Beauty Bay, and we're just going to lay that all over the lid. This shade right here is just so creamy. This shade is just so interesting. It's the same type of formula as the shade in the Dolce Diva collection, which is like duochrome and creamy, but there's also like little flakes of gold in there. It's really, really pretty. It's very interesting. In fact, I'm going to wet this brush. I do not want to end up with like little flakes falling on my face. I'm just going to use my Bolero spray here for this. And then we're just going to lay this on the eyelid. Oh, that is beautiful. Wetting the shade has really given it a beautiful shiny foiled effect. Oh, that is stunning. That is beautiful. And you can see that blue-green gold shift to it. This is going to be really beautiful in the summer. I'm going to take a little bit more of this olivey green and just kind of blend it into the outer corner and the outer edges. Just so it's a little bit softer where the matte is meeting the shimmer. Now we're going to go in with that lighter bronzy shade in the inner corner. Just like that. Very, very simple. I'm going to go back in with our deepest matte and just bring that down to the lower lash line. I went ahead and finished off the rest of my eye look off camera. All of the products that I used will be down in my description box below. I'm so excited about jumping into the lipstick. This is called the Festival Glow No Transfer Lipstick. This shade is number 4. I know that this lipstick has a specific shade name, but for some reason it's not on the packaging. I don't know why, but this one is a really pretty soft pink. I love the outer packaging. The embossing is just so stunning. One thing that Kiko Milano does really, really well is their lipsticks. The packaging is just always so beautiful. The lipstick itself is also engraved. As you can see in the close-up, it is just so beautiful. Like, I wonder how long it takes to actually mold these lipsticks to get these really beautiful embossings that they put on the outside of the lipsticks. It makes you not want to use it because you don't want to mess it up, but we are going to test this out today. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with one of my Beauty Bay pencils. The shade is in Heart, and then we're going to come back, we're going to apply this, and then we're going to test it out and see if it transfers, because it does claim to be no transfer. There's no fragrance. Sometimes their lipsticks will have like a really sweet, almost candy scent to it. There's no fragrance to this. It feels matte. Well, that's a really pretty shade. I love the fact that it is a more matte formula, but doesn't feel like super dry on the lips, and it's actually pretty smoothing. Now let's test out the transfer resistance. It says it's no transfer, but I have a feeling that we are going to see some transfer, but let's see. Back of my hand feels pretty matte. like it's kind of like it's set down a little bit. Let's see. Oh, okay, I'm actually impressed. There's a little bit of a ring, just a tiny bit on the outside, but yeah, for the most part, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of transfer to that. That is nice, and it feels extremely comfortable. So yeah, I will say I am impressed by this formula. Let's do a final recap of the products, and I can just let you guys know what I liked and what I just wasn't really too impressed by. My favorite thing that I used today, I will say, is the lipstick. It's extremely comfortable. It does feel matte, but it doesn't feel dry, and we tested it out. It definitely is transfer resistant. I think I might pick up a couple more shades of this. I really did like this. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. They're eating and all that jazz. I will drop, if I can remember, sometimes I forget, but I will try to drop a pinned comment down below and just let you guys know how the lipstick wore throughout the rest of the day. The ultimate fail today was the liquid cushion highlighter. There is absolutely no payoff happening on my cheeks at all. The one from the Dolce Diva collection from last year, I absolutely loved. This was a total flop. When I do my declutter, this may leave my collection. I may just pass this on to somebody else. I really didn't like this. The blush was really pretty, but for me, it's more along the lines of a highlighter. It's just got a little bit too much glow. If you're somebody with a much deeper skin tone, this could make a really beautiful kind of a bronzy rose highlighter or a blush topper. I think this would look absolutely beautiful on deeper skin tones, you know, to use in that way. I thought it was beautiful. It's just a little bit too glowy for me. And then the eyeshadow palette. I love this little duochrome right here. This shade is absolutely beautiful. When I wet my brush, it foiled it, and it is just, it's beautiful. And the inner corner highlight, that was really pretty too. If there was anything about this palette that I would want to change, I wish there was a deeper shade here, like a much deeper, richer khaki green, so you could get a little bit more of a smokiness on the outside, or even a really pretty rich, maybe navy blue. But overall, I do really love the look that I got with this palette. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It falls very much in line with the Dolce Diva palette from last year. I think I could actually put these two together and come up with a really pretty eye look. I loved both of these. That's the end of this little trying on of the new Kiko Milano collection. Let me know, guys, if you picked up any of the products from this collection, what you thought were your favorites. If you picked up the powder highlighters or the bronzers, I think there are bronzers in this collection. Let me know what you thought about those. I was more interested in testing out the cushion highlighter, which is the reason why I didn't get the powder. But if you've picked up the powder highlighter, definitely let me know what you thought about it. I may go ahead and grab it and just kind of give that one a try too. I have enjoyed Kiko Milano's powder highlighters in the past. If you're new to the channel, I would love it if you would consider joining my little family and hitting subscribe. Make sure to tap the notification bell so you get notified of any videos coming up in the future. You can also follow me on my other socials. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.